Morning, guys. Up early. Lots to do, as always. Oh. Starving this morning. Haven't eaten properly the last few days because I haven't been very well. It's done me well because Fritzy ate more than me and has had a huge headache. But for me, this boy. Ali's had some early morning exercise because 3 of the dogs got out. Our gate is in need of changing, so I'm going to visit a metal worker and it's going to have to be done. You might notice that outside our gate the scenery has changed. That's because there's beautiful green, lots of little trees, but poverty knows no boundaries, and the stone breakers have gotten permission from the landowner, because it's next to the road, to dig it up and turn it into a mini quarry so they can break the stones that are on there, because there are many volcanic rocks in this area. That's why farming's so difficult on our land. And now what once was our beautiful view looks like this. I say, poverty doesn't know boundaries. I've come to get this little creature out of bed. But good news is she's not sick no more, so. Paduma. Good morning. It's time to get some money. If the cash machine has any money in it, that is. Quite often does not. Got the money because I had to withdraw a lot of money today because we are buying the furniture for the classroom at the Centre for Street Involved Children. Need a shorter name for that. Been to the pharmacy and 150,000 T-shillings today. One of our biggest expenses is pharmacy bills. It's a very high expense for us, but today we had to get deworming stuff and syringes, but we also had to buy some multivitamins for the HIV boys. So one of them came to me the other night and he said, Baba, I want to go and see the homeopath. And I asked him why, and he said his skin was hurting so much, it was burning so much that it was making him cry. And it's very frustrating because there's actually nothing you can do to combat this when it's HIV. You can just comfort the child and make sure that they up any nutrients they can get in their body so their immune system can fight the virus a little better. So. Your tennis balls have been a big hit. Tarzan, eh? The boys are watching Tarzan. I was saying the other day, we're in desperate need of furniture here, so we've ordered some. It's just constant costs that we're having to find. And the other thing we're having to sort out Oh, they're asking for a new ball today because this is the ball they made. This is what most children use. But the government have insisted, and rightly so, that we get this kitchen upgraded. Poleni. Asante. One thing I did was every boy has a radio and a USB stick, and then they can listen to whatever music they want to listen to. I just find that important. This is the sort of small things that we're thinking of that other centres, I'm just checking if that needs doing, that other centres are not doing, and I think it's important because humans need some form of distraction and entertainment at times, so especially these boys. We provide them, as I say, each room with a radio or USB so they have their own music. That way when you're coming off drugs, speaking from experience, you have something to keep your mind engaged when you get to that point where you're like, oh, I'm going to go out and buy some, or try and find some as these boys do. So that's why they have the TV, that's why we're getting a pool table for them, and that's why they all have a radio, etc. As I say, many of the other centres, they see these things as not necessities, but I do see them as an absolute necessity for these boys. Otherwise you lose them to the street again. So. Christina. These are our neighbours. This termite mound is getting out of hand. Let me give you some proportion here. My to-do list is put something in my belly. I'm a little bit hungry. And then I have to go and check on our shamba, or as it's known in the West, our farm. Time for breakfast. So before Ali and I got the farm, the lady who I said this morning was labouring and had a child strapped to her back, the child has taken sick, and everyone thinks, you think it's malaria, Ali? Yeah. Everyone thinks it's malaria, so I saw the child vomiting. I said, what's going on? So I decided the best we take this child to the hospital. We can't be too careful here, so we're heading off to the hospital now, and then we will go to check on the farm. This is what it's like here. Just never get a minute to stop. This is a taster of what it can be like here. So, this lady's child's really sick and she's displaying strong signs of having malaria, but she doesn't have money to take her to the hospital, so she's just got the child vomiting and working for us to try and get the money to then take the child to the hospital. And I was like, just tell us and we'll take the child to the hospital. So thankfully I've seen, and now we're here at, this is the Catholic dispensary in Uchira. It was built by the Catholic Church, and it is a lifeline for many people here. So I have a lot of respect for this place being built. But a lifeline, like I say, this place, without a doubt. And for me too. I was diagnosed with malaria here after being sick for a very long time in the village. So this place probably saved my life as well. So now we can go and see the shamba, or the farm, as you would say in Europe. All of these fields here around us, all of them, there's no corn, no maize is grown on these fields because of the change in weather. We are walking through our neighbours' crops, if you like. These are all families from Uchira who rented land, as we did, because each village owns its own allotments of sorts, and families save up what they can, rent the land to grow their maize. But look at the ground. They're all dead. They're all dead. And that which lives in this will all have fungus. So, quite a painful sight to walk through.
If the weather is good, the land is good for maize.
But the weather, you say, the weather is changing.
Yeah, the weather is changing.
So that no one can, everyone's planting maize and it's dying. Because Ali's been a farmer. How long have you been a farmer, Ali?
It's a long time.
For a long time. 20 years?
Yeah, 20 years, yeah.
20 years. And in Ali's own words, the weather is changing. And because it's changing, all this maize is dead. This, guys, this is it. This is climate change right now. It's not some concept. It's not some politician talking about it on TV. This is it. This is the food for families, for men, women and children. This is hard work and labour gone to waste. And we have to step up and do something. We really do. And it's the people who have to do it, because huge corporations who are turning a profit from things that destroy the environment are not going to stop turning a profit because their minds are elsewhere. They're locked onto power and wealth and greed. The morality of caring about your environment's lost to them. So it's up to us. And as I always say to people, the number one thing you can do to stop creating environmental destruction on the planet is to not support the animal agriculture industry in any way. It fells more trees than any other industry. It pumps out more greenhouse gases than any other industry. It wastes more land and water than any other industry. And without need, because it's not a necessity. This is land without rain. This is how it should look. These are the fields where money was paid to pump water into the field from irrigation systems. And this is what it's all about. This is this year's maize for Feather's Tail. It's a nice feeling that we have first of our harvest. And I have a lot of respect for this beautiful plant. I was going to feed my children this year. Otherwise I probably couldn't afford to feed the amount of people we're going to feed if this hadn't grown as it has. So very happy. Beautiful maize. So they're laying the new sewage line, but they've put it straight through the garden, which, well, when you think about it, laying a sewage line through where we grow our food is not wise, because what if someone smashes it with a shovel or a pick? We just have so many things going on all the time here, it's unbelievable. As you can see, I am in a super beautiful place, and this is the forest where we are going to start the food forest, and it's utterly amazing down here. So I've come down and I'm checking locations for the plot of land that we can buy. Flies in my ear. And I've got to send those to the UK, to Graham Bell, and then he will decide, based on his knowledge, which is far superior to mine, which would be the best area for us to work in. So. that is pretty much the end of my day. These two crazy dogs. Big day. Didn't actually get to video everything. It's really difficult to do a vlog. I'm trying to do the vlogs as 15 minutes long, but I don't seem to be able to video everything that happens in the day by doing it that way. So it's goodbye from me, and it's
Also from me.
goodbye from Kyogo. Much love, guys. Bye.